Hey, good morning, everybody. No matter where you are, but here we're in sunny Thailand, back with another board here. All right, moving on. We got board set number 8. Board set number 8. Dun, 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 dun. Board set number 8. So, finished up the last one. Got the next one on the bench here, and we're powered on. We have side A, appears to be working. Side B, no go. Side B, we don't have anything. And I already probed around. I already got to the bottom of it. So let's just get right to it here. So got the O-scope out. I already probed around, guys. So basically, let's look at side B and the sun. In the sun. So it is kind of, you can see some flicker, but there is color there. I think what I thought is the game appears to be running, and when I probe around on side B, the game is actually running. I'm going to show you. Okay, so we have nothing there, but we do have some colors and stuff coming through. So let's go and probe around just a little bit together here. Get you guys out. Okay, so I'm just going to probe around kind of where you can see, everybody can see. We have activity in the CPU area. The CPU's running. The ROMs are running. We have activity at the ROMs and RAMs. Just kind of probing around, showing you guys that we do indeed. I don't know if you can see me. I'm way down here. I can't zoom out any further, but on the PPU, I inspected the board and just kind of cleaned it up. It was just a little bit dusty. I had washed them before. But this board actually looks pretty good. We have a broken socket, which I think that we're gonna do something else with. We're gonna get this guy ready for daughter cards, I think. There's our red, green, blue. There's our sync signals. Over here, let's check some of our address and data lines on the CPU. I don't know if you can see me. I'm just running up and down the address lines and data lines. So we have activity here, but no boot. So kind of looking around at the print here. Guess what I found? You'll never believe it. We are back here. Look at that in the Thailand sun, blinding. Back here at the 1L, that crappy 04 chip. We don't have any. We got a bad 04 again. I'll make this quick. We have a bad 04 right here, 1L. It's the sync is the 04 is a hex inverter. So let's go to pin 5. You can see that we have data. Can you see that? I can't. We have data. We have a nice waveform. And output, look at that, stuck high. High, or data, waveform, and we have another stuck gate, and guess what? It's the same crappy 04s I've been pulling, right there, those guys. Same crappy 04. They must have had, just not a great run of those. I don't know who makes them. So I'm going to power down. I have an 04. Let's see if I can, I'm going to jump this guy over. Kind of. All right. So now let's power on. Oh, look at that. And look at that. Dun, 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 dun. And we have Excite Bike. Looks pretty good actually too. Pretty good looking Excite Bike there. I'm going to pause I'm going to pause this video. I've got the trusty I am Goot. I am Goot. Goot TP 100. Been working that old girl pretty hard. And the Goot. I saw some flakiness. I saw some flaky. Another thing I want to show you guys. We have a broken socket too, right there. Do you see it? We have a broken socket right there. It appears to be making contact, but I did see some weirdness here. Let's clean up side 2. That's Mario. Oh, look at that. Okay, first things first. That could be, who knows? Oh, and so we got some weirdness. First things first. Let's get this 04 out. Let's get this 04 out and see what it looks like then. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, getting back to work here. So I changed out all of the socket, all the PPU and CPU sockets, and coming in here, they're gnarly. They're not good. They're not good, guys. Those guys need to change. You can see some of the pins are just black and nasty. So that was, I think, the issue here. So now we have Excite Bike running. Now we have Excite Bike running with graphic issues at the moment. And I was going to tell you guys, I'm getting ready to change these sockets. I pulled these before I cut in here. I pulled these ROMs and I cleaned them. And they were black. The contacts are black. They're nasty. I cleaned them and I repopulated it, and it worked perfect forever. Then I depopulated them, and I took all the ROMs out to change them. I go, nah, I'm going to cut back in real quick. So I put them back in, and already, just after one demate and one remate, we're already back to the bad graphics. But these guys, we're going to look at them after I pull them. These are awful. And then even though Super Mario is running, these sockets look horrible too. The contacts are just black and filthy. They're just black, and you could kind of see some of them. You could kind of see some. I mean, look at that one. Just awful. These are pretty dirty sockets, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do all 12 of these. We're gonna do these 6 and these 6. I can't believe it. We actually have a board that has all decent RAMs. Wow, go figure. Okay, so we're gonna cut here. No need to prolong this. I'm going to cut. I'm going to take all these out, replace them. I got the good ones here on standby. Here we go. Let's get to work. Let's get to work, man. All right, so we are going to film a little desoldering. Why not? I like this Goot. I like the Goot pretty good. Just do normal maintenance. So I got half of those desoldered. I have 6. The motor's actually pretty warm. So I cleaned it. Let's just do a little halfway maintenance here. Just kind of ramrod it a little. So I use these torch tip cleaners instead of the tool that comes with them, because these are like a little file edge, and these will actually file off some of the crud inside. Oh yeah, we're burning hot, boys. All right, let me clean the tip. I just use my tip cleaner for my solder gun. All right, we're going to start with 2A. Actually, it's 6A. Oops. All right. I've already put the flux, pre-fluxed it. Some of these solders are actually kind of hard. Not too many of them, but the solder was hardening on some of them. this gun actually has two stages, a low vacuum and a high vacuum. And I kind of think the trigger is really sensitive. Like if you pull it like a half trigger, you'll get the low vac, and then a full trigger is supposed to be a high vac. But I think the trigger mechanism inside is really sensitive. So sometimes you hear it go high and sometimes it's low. And that's me trying to control that vacuum. I like to do the low vacuum works and the high vacuum works too. So I just try to keep them all the same. Like that's high vacuum. Sometimes I think it has a mind of its own. So I just wiggle the pin. What I do, I get in there, melt the solder, and then I move that pin with the nozzle. I move it back and forth, and then I give it the vacuum. And then the idea is it clears out all around that pin and there's less solder sweat. Whoop. I'm dripping solder off the yeah, I missed one here. Let me set this gun down and I'll show you how I break them free. These have typically just been falling right out, but sometimes a couple of these are sticky. So I just get my flat IC pliers. I just grab a couple pins at a time, give it a wiggle back and forth. I try not to put the pliers down on the pads, just in case. I think that one's still got some stuff on it. Maybe not. Let's just wiggle them all. I bet it breaks free. Yep, that side's free. Kind of wiggle it. You hear them cracking. Hear that? That's the solder sweat cracking. Ooh, that last one didn't. I'm going to get that gun back out. That bottom one is still stuck on there pretty good. There it goes. Now she's free. And then, whoop, just like that. Okay, so that's the first one. I think that's all I'm going to film. I'm going to do that. I have 5 more on side A. This is 8. Let's see, that would be 6A, 6B, 8A, B, C, and D. All right, we'll pause there, and I'll cut back when I start soldering these in. Okay, guys, I just got all those sockets extracted, so I'm going to give you a little rundown, kind of what it looks like underneath all those sockets. So there's the 6116, and here are all the program ROM area, these first 4. Then the character ROMs, the 5533, had a couple broken 104 capacitors, so I went ahead and replaced those. Those get wrecked from taking the ROMs in and out. When people slide their screwdrivers in, they ram those and they break them. That's okay. That's why we do maintenance. So these extracted pretty well. I already cleaned these up on this side. So that's side A and side B here. Get the light over here. Yeah, those look pretty good. I'm just looking for any lifted pads, anything that might be disconnected from the trace to the pad on the part side. There's the character ROMs. What we got there? And just a dark spot, I think. Okay, so let's go over to the sockets. So these were the A side, program ROM, character ROM, B side, program ROM, character ROM. So let's get in here. These things are pretty nasty. Look how black. Look how black they are. Yep, all of them. I'm surprised side A was even running without problems, to be honest. Yeah, I know it's not super easy to see. Try to get the light in there better. Yeah, there you go. Kind of see how nasty those are down in there. That's the A side. Let's look at the B side. On the B side right here. Look at those. Look at those. See, I cleaned them. Look how black. We're just black. I suppose if you had due diligence, you could get in there with like small picks and probably clean those, but I found on the solder side that corrosion had already made it down to the solder. It was making that solder what I call petrified. Hard solder. And look at those guys. This is why B side wasn't playing. Yeah, I thought I'd just give you a close-up right view of those. Yeah, look at that. Look at those. Just nasty. Oh, look at those two end ones. Holy crap, those have green corrosion on them now that we're zoomed up. Look at those two. Green corrosion. Yeah, good thing we got those out of there. Look at that. So that's not even the power pin. And it looks bad. I'm surprised that was, well, this side wasn't playing all that great anyway. The casing looks not good either. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to zoom back out, show you what we got going on here. So we got the board. I'm going to show you the back side. So we got the front side prepped, and then the back side, kind of the same deal. I already inspected it before I started filming here, looking for any lifted pads, anything that's pulled away from any of the traces. Yep, those look pretty good. And that flux will help make sure that we get a good solder. That's the A side. Let's go over to the B side. Looks good. Looks good. Those will all resolder very nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna pass off the camera here to the camera crew, and let's repopulate. Let's start getting these sockets put back in. So I'm just gonna come in. I'm just gonna put a little solder just to help hold them in when we flip them over. Just gonna do one. Just gonna put a little drop of solder, and then we're gonna drop those sockets in, and that will help hold it. Okay, let's go over to this side. Now we got to heat these up when we drop the solder in, so I just like to put my solder where I can get to it easy once they start repopulating. Once we start repopulating. Okay, before I get too far, I tacked in these capacitors from, let me go over here. I tacked these capacitors in from the part side, so let's get that flux off from around here, because after we solder it in, this side should be clean. Let me just get some of that solder flux off of here, because once we get those sockets in, it's going to be hard to get in here and clean. So there's our new capacitors. Just getting all the flux off that side while we have room. Okay, so have the new sockets here ready to go. Orientation, the notch. Make sure we orient our notch better to the right side. Actually, to the left side, but to the correct side. All right. So we basically just come in here, heat up that little socket. Now, when we flip that over, that'll help hold them in. And if your pins and everything are lined up, should drop right in once you heat those up. It actually took me a little bit when I first started doing that to learn how to get those all in. Let's just pull these apart and get them kind of laid out here. And then we'll go through, we'll just drop all these in, flip them over, solder them in, repopulate, and see what we have. What? That was the wrong way. And one more. This guy probably has bent legs. This should go. Okay. Okay. Let's get these guys in. You shouldn't have to push too hard to get these guys to drop in. To get your iron on that spot where you put the, ooh, like that. So I don't think he's down all the way. Actually, I pushed that pin up a little. We're gonna have to tweak him, but we'll do that. We'll get back to that one. That's what happens if you push too hard. That pin pushed up a little bit, but we'll get him. Oh, something's not lined up here. We got a pin not lined up. Oh yeah. Dink, 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 dink. There we go. Just like that. All right, sliding over. Dual wipe sockets. It's a shame they didn't build those other Nintendo sockets better, because they are like a thick metal, like you've seen in my one video all about the sockets. But just some really bad flaw with those guys. Gotta get him. One of these guys is not lined up. Yeah, if your pins are lined up, these will drop right in. I'll try to do this with my fingers and with my eyes. There we go. Let's go back to this one. This one got away from me. See if we can get him out. Actually, probably got to melt the case a little. He needs to be pulled out. That pin. Look at him. Okay, I think he actually went back into position. There we go. Okay. My solder gun down now. So what I do now, move my block. I love my blocks. I know I always talk about my blocks. If you don't have blocks, you need them. So what I do, I'll just come back in now, make sure they're flat. So what I could do, I'll come back in, attack the opposite corner. Just kind of like welding. If anybody's ever welded, I did a lot of welding in my life. It was my first career in my life, was a welder. Just like welding. So we're going to attack the opposite corner. tack the opposite corner. That'll lock it in right and left and up and down. Then what I do, actually, I come back in, I have my finger on the top side, and I just kind of reheat everything and just make sure that they're all flat. And if you're pushing on it, like that one, they will go right into place. They'll go right flat. And I don't know if you can hear them clicking, but they're clicking right into place. And there will be a little slack in them, just when you flip them over. All right, let's do the same thing. Let's do the same thing down on these 6. Tack the opposite corner. Hold them in. Opposite. Let's see. Opposite corner. Opposite corner. Don't worry about making them all pretty yet. We're just tacking. Probably gonna hit them all again anyway. All right, same deal. I'm gonna use my finger. Heat those up. Let's make sure they, like that. You can hear them go flat. You can feel them too. Okay, what I like to do before I solder, then I like to come around to the other side and look straight down them. Yep, just to make sure they're all flat. If they're rocked one way or another, you'll see them. But use your eye like a level. Look down over them. Laser. All right, laser flat. Do it both ways. This way's a little harder, but you'll see them if they're out of whack. You'll see them if they're out of whack. Yep. I am satisfied with that. All right, so let's flip this guy back over. Let's see how I want to go about it. It don't matter to me. I can do it all different ways. So, all right. Let me. I'm going to take one block off and lean it over just a little bit more. There we go. So let's do a couple together. I think we're just going to do. A couple together. We'll start with this one, and we'll just do a couple together. I won't make you watch me do all of them. Then and I'll do all of them, and we'll repopulate this thing and go from there. And we already have flux there where we extracted those, so that flux is actually going to help this solder wick down through the through hole. Let's get this capacitor while we're here. That a broken 104. Let's get him. All right, let's get the other side of the socket. I have my fan on too, so you gotta be careful with your fan because it will blow some of your shielding gas away. Like when you melt your solder, kind of like welding, you have a shield gas, but the flux in the solder actually acts as a shield gas, kind of expels all the impurities, the dirt and metal and crap. But if you have too much wind on it, you can kind of like see that one is kind of like bubbling a little. All right, let's do it. Just keep rolling. Let's just do another one here. Yeah, and this is the easy part. I don't know. You do it enough and you get the experience in it. You probably have an hour of extracting those 12 sockets. and putting in the new ones and clean up and inspection. You're probably sitting at an hour here. And if you have your board set up good and where you can see well, it goes pretty good. And we'll do this and we'll clean it up, clean all that flux off. I know I could probably use a better non-cleanable flux, but it's okay. It's what I have here in Thailand. Solder that. All right, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Get those out of my way. The guy looks like he can. Ooh, there we go. All right, gonna hit this guy again. Okay, let me clean my tip. She's getting a little crusty. Make sure I get enough solder in it. You know, every board has a different feel, and that's what I've said like 100 videos ago. Every board has its own feel when it comes to soldering. My hillbilly accent. We like to solder these here boards. But every board will have its own feel. How thick it is, how much heat it is, where you need to have your heat. Ooh, I just bridged that one together. Oops. Let me get that solder bridge out of there. There. A little too much solder on that one. Okay, there we go. We're back. Hopefully that's all that this board requires. I would be a happy camper not to have to take out any more parts. And I think we are. I think we're going to be in. I already know the sound works on both sides, and the video actually looks really good. Just had bad connection here, I think. And if we didn't damage anything, taking these out and putting them back in, should be fine. Should have new contacts all over from the CPU, PPU, all the software should be nice, clean. Everything should be happy. Clean that. Clean my tip again. Man, if these were any smaller, I'd have to use my lens. But I can see these pretty good. I can see these pretty good for now. This one I think was maybe missing half of the pad, maybe. But let's see how she does. 5. That top one again, make sure she's wicked down in the through hole where we tacked it. Okay, one more side here. Okay, that's side B. Done. All right, that looks good. All right, got some nice footage of that. Let's see, kind of see what it looks like from the side. Yeah, those look pretty good for the most part. Yeah, those look pretty good. All right. Yep, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll inspect them under the lens once I'm not filming anymore. Yeah, I'll inspect those under the lens. And give me a minute. Here, I want to say hi to everybody. It's been a while. I think I've made all these Nintendo videos and not put my ugly ass face on here. Hi everybody. Thanks for watching the channel. If you think this is useful to learning how to repair and work on your own PCBs, give me a like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I want to talk to you. You just want to leave me a message like what you're working on. What are you guys working on? I'd love to see what you guys are working on. Okay guys, we're going to pause here. We'll come back after I resolder all these and populate everything. Then we'll fire up together. Okay, stick around. Okay guys, we're back. We're back after getting the sockets done, repopulated the board, powered on, and everything appears to be in order. So I'm not gonna make this too much longer, but let's coin up. I don't know. We could actually play both at the same time, but let's see. We have sound on side 1. Let's coin up. Should have Mario. Let's go ahead and check the sound together and start. See, I'm running the multi-controller. All right, we have Mario. Let's see if we can beat both sides at the same time. So we got Excite Bike going. So now I'm down on Excite Bike. We got a little bit of time. Let's see if we can qualify. Oop, I overheated. All right, we're still on Excite Bike. Oop, go. My B button is sticky. Go. Oh, okay. Now we're gonna switch up to Mario because we got a time limit up here. Let's get Mario to the end here. Look, and then so down on Excite Bike, we're still rolling. If we get to a safe spot, okay, we need to concentrate on Excite Bike. All right, let's get Excite Bike. Finished. Okay, we're qualified. Let's finish Mario. That's so cool having one controller do both sides. I didn't qualify. All right. So let's do, now we're going to switch to sound. I'm going to switch sound over to Excite Bike. Let's see what the sound is like. I'm going to pull this little jumper out on the board. Ooh, no Mario. All right, now we're have Excite Bike sound. Let's coin Excite Bike up. Oh, better get Mario to a safe spot. Yeah, that's me playing both sides. He might bounce back. Yup. Oh, he's going to bounce back maybe. All right, so he's safe. Let's get Excite Bike going here. Oi, oi. Hey, my button here is sticky. It's not working right. Oop. Let our engine cool off. Cool down. Avoid the dirt. Make the jump. Make the big jump. Engine cool down. Big jump. Big jump. Engine. All right, now let's go up top. Now I'm playing Mario again. Hey, we qualified first. Right on. So let's finish. All right, and I jumped in the hole. All right, let's do the race. Bam. Let's do the race. 2 laps. Can we do 2 laps and complete Mario at the same time? I think we can. Okay, so we're in the actual race. Lap 1. All right. Oh, there was an engine cool down. Missed it. Missed it. Okay, there we go. Engine cool down. Oh, wait. Okay, let's go up to Mario while he's getting back on his bike. I think we can finish Mario. Let's see. Let's use the... Oh! Why are those blocks missing? No Warp World on the arcade version? All right, let's get Mario to the finish line. All right, Mario's to the finish line. Now, come on. Let's finish the second lap here. Ah! I wrecked right at the finish line. Oh, and I still came in third, playing both games together at the same time. Okay. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Let's come over here and take not a final look at the board. Yeah, the victory music. So what do we got? We got a whole pile of bad crap. We got bad sockets. This guy was corroded all the way inside and out. 3 bad 104 capacitors. Not the end of the world. No bad RAMs on this guy. And the board is actually pretty clean. I cleaned the back side. Let's take a look at where we soldered. Get some light over here. CPU, CPU, PPU, ROMs. CPU, PPU, all the ROMs. We had, I guess we did have that bad 04 as well. And actually I have him up here still. The 04, bad. And just like the other one, I profiled his buddy. His buddy was still good. But same package. Oh, there's not even a chip in here. I guess it's going to read bad without a chip in there, ding dong. There we go. He's the bad one. And I think he is the good one. Oh, maybe they're both bad. Who knows? But I got him out of there. And it's the sync on this guy. The 1L. Pin 5 is the in for the sync. Pin 6 is the output on the sync, inverted. Pin 6 is high. You cannot get sync to your monitor. Okay. One last thing we're going to do here I've really been excited about. I saw on John's Arcade, they installed this game. It's a 7 ROM game. And I guess it goes inside B. And then you have one ROM, I think goes into 2. 1A? Where's it go? 1A? 1A. So maybe one goes here. I thought it was a character ROM. I thought the 7th ROM went here. I might have labeled this wrong. 6A, B, C, and D. 1A. I think that should be 2B. Maybe. 8A, 8B. And it takes the 040002. So we're going to populate with this game. First thing we're going to do, try to do some myth busting. It says with the 7 ROMs, but I watched the John's Arcade one with him and his buddy Adam. That 7th ROM, they were able to play this game without that 7th ROM in. So let's populate side 2 with Bungling Bay, and let's see if we can't get this guy to work. All right, we're going to be back in a minute. Oh, there's one of my cleaning the resort manager lady. She's super nice. Okay, let's get her done. Let's get her done, man. We got, I think, 4 more boards. 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 more boards. 4 more boards. Okay, let's pause here, repopulate, and see what we get. All right, we are gonna wrap this video up. I had no love with the Bungling Bay ROM set, and we're just gonna save that for later because I think you have to pull down some of the player buttons, and I really don't want to get into that on this board. So what I did, I went ahead and I broke the ice on all of these daughter boards I had just to wrap up this board, brake test it some more. So I got both of my Goonies. I got 3 Goonies boards, daughter boards, and actually have 4 of them, one with Gradius. So right now we have Goonies running. Goonies is running on both sides. We can coin up, and we can start the game. The Cyndi Lauper, good enough. I think that sums it up for this board. Good enough. Okay, so last thing I want to show you guys with just kind of getting into these daughter boards. I think I'm going to make some separate videos on how to install these properly. But I'm going to power down. I'm going to power down everything, and we just changed all the sockets on these. And maybe like for a dedicated daughter board game for the red tent, maybe you don't have to change out all these, but these are ready to go. You can put in regular ROMs or the daughter boards. But just quickly here, I'm going to show you what I did. So we didn't wreck our new sockets with the huge pins, the larger header pins. I don't know the exact millimeter size of those, but I went ahead and just made like a boot or a sock, just a mating disposable socket. So if we hog those out, so we have just a disposable, we have just an intermediate socket to mate into the good socket. And these actually, they're in there pretty well. Like you really have to pull on those to get them out and get them back in. And more on that later, but you have to be very careful when you mate them. Like all these pins have to be very, very, very straight. I bent one, even watching it mate. Watching it mate. This is not a dirty video, guys. But you have to be very careful when you socket these, because these pins are just so flimsy. They're just so flimsy. So let's get him back in. Let's see if I can do that with the camera in the way. And I actually had to do it a couple times to get it to boot. I think we're in there. I think we're lined up. We're just going to go by feel. There we go. Let's see if that was good enough. Good enough. That's the theme of this video. Good enough. Like the Cyndi Lauper song. I don't think it was good enough. I don't think B is going to boot. No. Oh, there we go. See, I'm pushing on them. And it wants to boot, but no love. Yeah, so just to wrap up, we're just going to start playing with these daughter boards. Just pull that out and see if I bent any of those pins. The pins do not look bent. Those pins do not look bent. None of those look bent. We're going to try one more time to end this video. End this video with 2 good running sides here. Yeah, none of those look bent. Let's let me try to get in here. It's kind of hard with the camera in the way. Okay. Oh boy. Yep, that's just that's tricky, guys. That's tricky. Okay, let's power on. Boom. Nope. Yep, we got some. Anyway, we're going to come back with daughter card, a whole daughter card thing. Oh, there we go. Now, if I hold it in the right position, it's making good contact. I don't know if one of those pins is not in or what. Or maybe this is not a good way to do it. But anyway, just to brake test the board. There we go. There we go. So hey guys, thanks for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys on the next video. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. There we go. Oh look, it controls both of them at the same time. Alright, we're going to play some... This is true duel. This is true duel. This is how the duel system was meant to be played. When you don't have any friends like me, you have to play both sides by yourself. That's pretty cool. I love this game on the NES. I really couldn't imagine doing like a completion on the arcade. This is a big game. Lots of backtracking, lots of dying. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next video.